What's some advice you would give to your past self? Like, if you could right now talk to your past self, what's some advice you would give? All right, cool. Now, imagine you somehow came into possession of a time machine, right? Very random, but just imagine you did, okay? Now, imagine you go 5 years in the future. You get out the time machine, and you see you in front of you. But it's not just it's not just you in 5 years. It's the most radiantly alive and joyful version. You can tell he's happy. He just exudes happiness. You can see it. So, now imagine you only have 1 minute to talk to this guy. Just 1 minute. What do you think advice he would give to you? So keep that in mind, and most importantly, follow that, because that's who you want to be in 5 years from now. So genuinely take the time to think about what the advice the future version of you in 5 years would tell you now, and you can start working towards that. Now imagine you travel even further into the future, and you see you on your deathbed when you get out. You're about to die, like you're an old man, and you're about to die. When you're looking at yourself, it's clear that you didn't follow the advice that the future version of yourself gave you, the one that was super alive and joyful and just was super happy. It's clear you didn't follow his advice. Now, you're looking at him, and you can just feel the pain and of regret that he's experiencing, and it's just heartbreaking you to see. And then the door opens up, and you see that other version of you who was just super joyful and alive. You can tell he's aged a little bit, but he still has that same joyful look, and you can tell he's happy, and he lived like a great life. And he just looks at the version of you in the deathbed with just a look of sadness, and he knows that you didn't follow his advice. And now you go back to the present, and you kind of just think about how that experience would go. Because some people would say that experiencing that, seeing the version of you that you could have been, feeling that regret that you didn't live up to your full potential, is like a version of hell. You know what you could have been, but you didn't do anything to work towards it. You didn't follow that advice that the future version of you gave you. Now you ended up this guy who has so much regret in his deathbed. But just imagine you get to meet that version of you that you could have become, but it's already too late. But the good news is, it's not too late, because right now, if you actually follow that advice, you could become that person. You could become the person you want to be and who you know you can be. So take that advice and follow it. It doesn't matter how long our minds were tricked by like our bad habits and poor choices, because it's never too late to start working towards it. And you could be 40, 50 right now, and it's still not too late. You've got so much time left. So just wake up and start working towards them. All right, so now we're gonna time travel one more time, and we're gonna go again to your deathbed. You're about to, or you are dead already. You're dead in this situation. Only this time, you actually showed up more consistently. You did all the things that your future version told you to do. You lived up to that radiantly alive and just joyful type of guy. You followed the advice. You showed up consistently. The person in the casket clearly lived a wonderful life, and you look inside and you see you, and you see other people around crying and laughing and sharing stories about you and talking about how you changed their life, how you inspired them. And then you just stand there and listen to the eulogies they'd say. And you're listening, but who says what? Like, seriously, pause for a little bit and think, who says what? What would you have liked them to say about you? What do you hope they had to say about who you are and what you did for them? Because you can become that person. You can, like, whatever decisions you make from now on and in the future, that's gonna shape to be that person. You could be the person who gets good eulogies. You can shape that person or you can shape yourself into becoming the person who gets these good eulogies, and you can get to shape what they say about you, and just becoming that person. That's kind of what my videos are about. They're kind of to try to help you reach that version as I try to reach the version of myself as I go along the way and I'm learning. So I also thought this was like a cool little thing. It's real random. It's kind of cringe, but it's a cool little thing to think about, and it can help you imagine who you want to be and how you can work towards it by just following the advice of the future version of you. So that's pretty much it. But if you're interested in this kind of content, please subscribe, make self-improvement type stuff. And like I said before, I try to help you better yourself as I'm bettering myself. So it's a cool little thing to do together. If you are interested, please subscribe again. And if you're interested in coaching, there's a link in the description. And I also want to shout out my boy Jad. He's been making thumbnails for me, and they're, he's really easy to work with, and he does well. He can pretty much do everything. So I'm really appreciative for him. So I want to shout him out real quick. And I'm putting his Instagram at, if you like make videos and you want somebody to make thumbnails for you, check him out. But besides that, get the goals to make that shit happen, and I'll see you in the next video.